What is a movie or TV show you really liked as a kid but was cringe-worthy watching as an adult? Every Mary-Kate and Ashley film that was straight to VHS and DVD. As a kid, I used to think that my teen years would be just like those movies. Now I watch them if I need a laugh. Getting There is my personal fave. Spy Kids. I thought the CGI was the coolest shit I've ever seen. Looking back on it, I'm shocked I don't have trauma from those thumb-looking motherfuckers. Power Rangers. Just such bad acting, sets, everything. Yet it was the coolest ever when I was a kid. I will admit though, opening theme song https://youtube.be/nkjc6 need 4q closing parenthesis still gets me hyped. The Saddle Club, every day after school I used to love that shit. I rewatched a few episodes recently and cringed. Such bad acting. Masters of the Universe, the movie. It isn't awful, but it isn't great either. Missed opportunity for a franchise for sure. Mattel really hamstrung the director and it almost didn't get finished. I'm interested to see the alleged version coming out in 2020, if it actually gets made. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. My brother and I used to love it as kids, but we watched it again recently and it was so cringy and stupid. We apologized to my parents for making them watch the movie with us thousands of times. Johnny Test. JJ the Jet Plane. Look up the show. Now, it astonished me at how I didn't have nightmares as a kid watching that show. Full House is cringy as fuck. When I was a kid I used to love Ultimate Muscle, which was a cartoon that was played on 4Kids. My mom absolutely hated it, and I had no idea why. I remembered it for some reason and took a look at it, and by God that show is cheesy as all hell. Angela Anaconda. Dawson's Creek. No one talks like that. Couldn't handle rewatching it. Captain Planet's animation aged very poorly. Totally Spies, Holy crap, that thing is so freaking corny. Not an adult, but I don't understand how I loved watching Kylo when I was 0 to 4. Free Willy. The music, my Jesus Lord. Nearly all of them. He-Man, Smurfs, Fraggle Rock, 3, 2, 1 Contact. All I remember is one of the chicks always made me horny. G.I. Joe, A Team, $6 Million Man, Fall Guy, fucking Heather Thomas, Growing Pains, Airwolf, Mork and Mindy, Perfect Strangers, and sadly Dukes of Hazzard and MacGyver. Amazingly enough I watch Golden Girls to this day. All that. As kid it was awesome, like having our own Saturday Night Live. But watching it now, a lot of it was really not that funny, but I remember laughing so hard at every sketch. Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Yikes. It looks worse than most porn, its acting is worse than porn, those mustaches are. Wait, was that show The Secret Life of an American Teenager, so cringe. Sonic X. 3 Ninjas. Goosebumps. As a kid it was top tier. Now it's just bad effects and awkward acting. Especially when R.L. Stine intros an episode. There's some great episodes. The Haunted Mask, The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight was alright. But watch this one if you remember it. Young Anakin's acting, especially in the final scene. Mercy. https://youtube.be/avucuked3nbqa. Okay, now, as a boy, I really enjoyed watching Totally Spies. All the sexual innuendos used to go over my head. They don't now. I never realized how cringy Home Improvement was until I rewatched a few episodes with my grandmother. Pretty much all 80s family sitcoms were pretty cringy when you look back on them. Grown-worthy corny jokes and entirely dependent on the laugh track. I loved the Donkey Kong TV show as a kid. Watching it now is extremely cringy. Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Small Wonder. The Babysitter's Club movie. I still adore the books but the movie didn't age well. Does anyone remember The Man Show? As a kid, it blew my mind. Today, OMG. Saved by the Bell. Good Burger. Boy was it dumb. The only things I laugh at now are water, because my mom does a good impression of it, and Ed's line, is it because I'm black? iCarly. I guess we all get the reasons, but to name some, the humor is forced and unfunny. Carly is a nice girl after curving Freddie the whole show, then getting mad when he kisses Sam, and only Spencer was cool. I was super into all the Disney XD shows when I was like 12, still nostalgic though. Not an adult and not a TV show, but I watched Shane Dawson's old videos in 4th, 5th grade and looking back I definitely shouldn't have. Not an adult but Dinosaur Train. tried to rewatch an episode and was like, nope. A part of my childhood I never want to go back to. To answer the opposite way of OP's question, Malcolm in the Middle. I used to like it as a kid, but being married with kids and watching it now makes me realize how truly fucked up that family is and how brilliant the show is to come across so light-hearted and comedic. Zoids, New Century. Show is like 40% reused footage and fundamentally makes no sense. It's a pretty shameless cash grab, existing only to push toys. Zoids, Chaotic Century, on the other hand, is a masterpiece. We're back, a dinosaur tale. Great animation, but, oi. Thumbelina, I literally used to watch this movie all the time as I was little. I rewatched it, and the movie is completely forgettable, the characters are annoying, and the animation, even for its time, was incredibly lazy. The Andy Milonakis Show. Looking back, I have no idea why. Mom always told me it was stupid, she was right. When I was a kid I really enjoyed Glee, but now when I watch it I cringe at the bad storylines and annoying characters. NCISLMAO. Reboot didn't age well, but I fucking loved the concept as a kid. I would write fan fiction. Funny how my memory has better CGI than what it really was. Neverending Story. Still a classic in many respects, but the acting especially from the young actors was cringy as hell. Mysterious Cities of Gold. Several 80s teen movies come to mind. Let's go with 16 Candles. Thought it was the height of comedy then. Creepy now. Long Duck Dong, liked the entire character. The hot guy passes his incoherently drunk girlfriend off to the geek he barely knows, who then proceeds to presumably have his way with her in a church parking lot. Biker Grove, the UK people will understand that. I remember clearly stating that Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was my favorite movie, rewatching it is not great. Pretty Little Liars. Babes in Toyland. Twilight Nauseated Face. Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. I thought it was really cool, but fuck, looking back? That shit was terrible. That, or Space Cases. But that one stuck with me, I still think about it on occasion as an adult. Saved by the Bell. The Secret Garden. Totally about Munchausen by proxy. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's painful. Half of every episode is flashing back to previous episodes for the 1000th time. Rewatching Pokémon, which is obviously great, but holy shit, Brock, keep it in your pants. The Big Comfy Couch. It was my favorite show, but even as a kid it was uncomfortable for me to watch when she contorts her legs to show the time. The Cosby Show. I tried rewatching Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure and I couldn't get uncreeped out by Pee-wee. Asterisk The Land of the Lost, asterisk a 1970s Saturday morning live-action TV show about a family mysteriously transported to a planet with 3 moons, dinosaurs, etc. simply by going down a waterfall. The special effects were bad and the acting was awful. Garbage Pail Kids. Small Soldiers. Loved it as a kid. Looking back, it sucked, and the soldier toys ripping off the clothes of the Barbie dolls and some other stuff they did to them was really fucked up. Are you afraid of the dark? Pepe Le Pew. No means no, dude. Fuck. Ernest Scared Stupid. I loved it as a kid, but if you watch it now it is just an extremely poorly made movie. Hey, kids. It's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Master of Disguise Turtle. Mad on Cartoon Network. D2 Mighty Ducks. Boy Meets World. It was one of my favorite shows as a kid and recently just rewatched it on Hulu. Couldn't even get through the whole series. Way too cringy, and Cory is a lil bitch. I thought Cory and Topanga were like the perfect couple, but never realized they broke up like 6 or 7 times. Eric is still awesome though. Adventures in Babysitting. As a kid I thought it was so funny. Now I can't even watch it. The punchline throughout the film is the insult, Homer. Beyblade. Jesus, you have metal fighting metal and sometimes there are literal gods inside said metal. Then you have teenagers screaming random lines at the top of their lungs, and then some dumb animation, and they lose. It hurts my soul a little to say, but the Pokémon anime. I watched it religiously as a kid and I was so obsessed with Pokémon, and recently I watched the first episode for nostalgia's sake, but I couldn't even finish it because it was so cringy. Loudly Crying Face. Lizzie McGuire. It's so of that time, it's painful. Formulaic plots, simplified high school dynamics, a main character who is quirky TM, movies for the sake of money, etc., etc. Doodlebops. I always thought the pink one's hands turned into feathered wings when they played her guitar. I remember the blue one being the one who was good at hiding. Their daily pledge includes unexpectedly breakdancing, and when the jazzy lady disappears by snapping and the other three try to figure out how she disappeared, I was trying to figure out how they can snap with gloves on. Back then I was trying to figure out how anyone anywhere can snap at all. I always just clicked my nails.